Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Shannon, I am the Wisdom Wench. This week it has been way too hot. I'm not built for it, and I don't do well in it. So, I started making some fun cooling drinks using cooling herbs, and that's what we're gonna do today. Hopefully, we can inspire you to try and make something with some plants. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, and let's get going. Start with apologising for the possible audio quality on this because my mic is dead and that's a later on me kind of problem. So when we talk about cooling herbs, we're using cooling as in the herbal energetic term. Herbal energetics are a part of herbalism and a part of herbal study that works more intrinsically with kind of the spiritual aspect of a plant. But this harkens back from a time when it was medicine, myth, magic all tied into one kind of thing. Every herbal tradition has their own herbal energetics, whether you are traditional Chinese medicine or Ayurveda, Tibetan medicine, or any other indigenous medicine tradition. They all have their own terms of herbal energetics. I work with Western herbalism, and we're working with cooling in that sense. But what is a cooling herb? Well, warming herbs are herbs that kind of stimulate us or flush things out, move things through the body. They're very active herbs that get things moving and get things gone. Cooling herbs do the opposite of that. They tend to be relaxing herbs, herbs that slow down things, herbs that help relax, anti-inflammatory herbs, things that help reduce the heat in the body in both a physical or a mental emotional sense. You'll find a lot of the nervine herbs and the relaxing herbs tend to be cooling herbs, along with a bunch of anti-inflammatory plants. We're going to work with some cooling herbs today and some fruits to make some really lovely summer drinks that you can enjoy at home, nice and relaxed. We are starting with a lavender iced latte. I've got everything I need for this drink right here. I have a bowl of coffee, which will make sense in a minute. I promise you're not going to drink a bowl of coffee. A lavender syrup that we've already made, and this was a lovely, easy syrup to make. It's simply equal parts water and sugar on a hob, and then boil it through until the sugar disappears. Then add about half of that in lavender and just let it steep for about 15 minutes. Lavender is an extremely strong herb, so you don't want it under rolling and boiling heat for a really long time. It's very easy to burn. Burnt lavender, not great. I've been there, just you don't want it. And then plant milk of choice. So the first thing we're going to do is add lavender syrup directly into the coffee. This will make it taste a lot sweeter and the lavender will become really strong. We're going to use about 2 teaspoons of this. And then just to help it a little bit, we are going to add about a teaspoon of granulated sugar. This is going to be an extremely sweet drink. It is pretty much a dessert. So it's not something you want to take lightly. I am not a sweet tooth by any stretch of the imagination. But when I don't want kind of a sweet dessert, having a really sweet coffee like this is really nice. Now we are going to whisk the coffee till it gets a foam. If you have something like a milk steamer or kind of like a frother, you can do that. If you continuously whisk it, you will get those really thick, like dalgona. I think it's called a dalgona coffee that they do in South Korea. We're not going for that. We're going for just a slight foam on top. This will also be your arm workout for the day. It takes a little while to get a nice foam on top, but you can already really smell the lavender, and the granulated sugar, I find foams better than the syrup. That's why I add a little bit of both. It's adding the air into the coffee that helps it foam up on top and makes it just a little bit smoother. It also helps to cool down the coffee a little bit quicker so that it doesn't melt the ice straight away when we put it in the glass. There we go. We have a slight foam on top, and now what we're going to do is into our glass, we are going to add some ice. We're going to go straight in with our slightly frothed up coffee, and we are going to top it off with your plant milk of choice. that is our lavender latte. Really strongly smells of lavender. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so sweet. It is just like a dessert. You get the milk, then the lavender, then the coffee, and it's a really lovely layering of flavors. It's really gentle. It's gorgeously sweet. It is exactly like a dessert. And it smells really nice as well. Lavender is a lovely relaxing herb. It's fantastic for headaches, inflammation, for general calming and relaxing as well. This makes a really lovely after dinner drink if you want that caffeine and coffee boost, but you'd like something a little bit more sweet and a little bit more flavorful. Let's move on to drink number 2. For this second drink, we are making a blackberry and lemon soda. So this is super easy to make, and the base of it is a blackberry compote. Chop up some blackberries. It doesn't need to be fancy at all. It can be like just quickly chop them up, put them in a pan. You're going to add a little bit of sugar and some lemon juice to really bring out that flavour. Let it cook till it starts going really soft and a lot of the juice starts coming out. We are going to spoon a bit of that into the base of our glass with extra juice. We're going to add a bunch of ice cubes. I've got half a lemon here because I like it really citrusy, but you can take it as you feel. And then when you're happy, you're going to top it off with soda water. Soda water is just fizzy carbonated water. This is beautifully simple. It's sweet, it's citrusy. You've got the sugariness of the blackberry, but you've got that real tartness of the lemon. And then the fizz just makes it a little bit fun. Blackberry and blackberry leaves, you can actually make the blackberry leaves into a tea. They're very astringent, but they are really nice. Blackberry is a very cooling plant to have during the summer. I know it doesn't come out really until autumn, so it is a little bit early. Most berries and most types of fruit are very cooling in their nature. They've got a lot of vitamins, lots of minerals, and a lot of the time anti-inflammatory actions. A beautiful summer drink. It's really easy to make, very impressive for friends that you've got coming over to. Okay, let's move on to number 3. So number 3 isn't technically a drink, but I'm pretty sure you'll let it pass when you actually try it. We are going to make raspberry and hibiscus ice pops. Raspberry is a beautifully cooling herb. Its leaves are often used in teas for a lot of menstruation issues. The berries, beautiful, sweet, just about starting to come out at the moment. So I started with a raspberry compote, same method as the blackberry compote. Add a little bit of sugar, a little bit of lemon juice, cook it until it goes soft. And I'm going to add a little bit of that into each little ice pot. And then to top this off, we've made this really bright, beautiful hibiscus tea. Hibiscus is a beautiful floral plant. The colour is just gorgeous. It goes this really beautiful pink. And it is wonderfully cooling this time of year. Hibiscus is mostly considered cooling because of its strong anti-inflammatory effects. So we are going to put this in our ice pot. Then we simply reinsert the actual little ice pop toppers. And this goes in the freezer, and in a couple hours, we'll have ice pops. Raspberry and hibiscus are a really lovely combination because hibiscus has an ever so slight sourness to it that the raspberry with its really intense sweetness offsets. Genuinely just a really lovely combination, and who doesn't love to see bright pink this time of year? What would a British summertime be if we didn't have Pimm's? So for anyone who is unaware, Pimm's is a gin-based drink that it's everywhere in England in the summer. Like, you break out for Pimm's, that's what you do. But recently I went to a wedding where I manned a alcohol-free cocktail bar for one of my friends, and I made an alcohol-free Pimm's, and it was gorgeous, but it also had a lot of those cooling herbs in, and I want to share that with you. Pimm's traditionally is a lot of fruit in a big pitcher with the liquid, so that is what we're going to do. Now, what's interesting is if you asked someone who knew nothing about herbalism to name a cooling herb, they would probably name mint or cucumber, both of which are cooling herbs and both of which are in this, along with a lot of other fruits, which makes a beautiful light and fruity drink. What's great is that you can add pretty much any fruit that you have at home. We like a mix of berries and citrusy, so what you will need is a pitcher. I'm going to go ahead and add all of the fruit first. So we have got orange and lemon, we've got our cucumber, raspberries. Traditionally it's strawberries, but I have raspberries and I feel like raspberries. And we're going to add about 2 mint tops. And I'm just taking off the bottom leaves because they're a little bit chewed. This is grown straight from my garden, so it's imperfect, but it's beautiful. That is the base of our drink. But how do we make an alcohol-free Pimm's? 3 very simple ingredients. First is lemonade. You're going to need 750 ml of lemonade. That was a bit dramatic. You're now going to need 250 ml of tonic water. Some people might be unaware of the difference between soda water and tonic water. Soda water is just carbonated water, fizzy water. Tonic water has bitterness added to it, particularly in the form of like quinine or citrus flavors as well. And that is what's important in the Pimm's. So you're going to add 250 ml. And here is the secret ingredient, okay? Balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar is what's going to make this Pimm's a Pimm's. And it doesn't taste like vinegar. You need to trust me and you need to make this. We are going to add 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. You want to use a really good quality one as well, or it won't taste great. See, we're starting to get the colour. It won't smell vinegary at all. You should really just smell lemonade and tonic water. And then when we've got our mixture, we're going to add this into our pitcher. And then that is our very classic British Pimm's, but now non-alcoholic. This is going to go everywhere, I can just tell. Yep. Oh, it's gone everywhere. I like to let it sit and infuse for a good 5 to 10 minutes, just so that you start getting all the fruit and all the mint, and then you can eat all the fruit after. Cheers. Beautiful, perfect, gorgeous. This is a lovely sharing drink to have in the summer. It's really easy to make, and because the only liquid isn't a gin or a gin replacement, it's also fairly cheap to make as well, because you can just keep the fruit in and then just keep topping up the liquid. So remember to make a litre of it, 750 ml lemonade, 250 ml tonic water, 2 tablespoons of balsamic. Make that bigger as you need. I'm not a non-alcoholic person. I will have wine. But after doing the alcohol-free bar for my friend, it really did open my eyes a little bit about what can be done, and that inspired me a bit for this video. Okay, I've got one more for you, so let's get to it. Final drink is gonna have some mixed reviews. Some of you are gonna be all for it and some of you are gonna hate this, and that is totally okay. This is an underrated flavour combination in my opinion. This is lemon and rosemary. In here I have salt, and I've got a lemon and a glass, and we're gonna rub the edge of the glass with the lemon, and we're going to roll it in the salt, and we're going to salt the glass. So rosemary is also considered a cooling herb because it's used for focus. Now, I really agree with that one, and some people really disagree. It depends what source you're looking at. I find that that calm, clear focus really comes from cooling herbs. So that is why rosemary is focused in this one. We're gonna add our ice. We're going in with our tonic water to add that little bit of bitterness like we had before. And in here, I have got some rosemary leaves and some fresh lemon. And that's it, that is all that is in here. And then for presentation, you can always add that lemon back on the side, but we're just gonna go for it. Oh, it's weird, but I love it. This is gonna be a very Marmite kind of drink for people. Some are gonna love it and some are really gonna hate this. And that's okay. I think it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. And now we're just gonna make it look pretty with a sprig of rosemary and the lemon back on. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to make some fun little herbal drinks and I wanted to take you guys along with it as well. I really enjoyed making these. I've had a lot of fun experimenting with herbs, especially cooling herbs this time of year, seeing all the different fun things I can do with them. I've loved it and I just wanted to share what I was doing. So I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, wherever you are. I hope you're staying out of heat. If you try making any of these, or if you have your own fun recipe, pop it in the comments down below so that we can have a fun little recipe book going on. I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Herbal energetics are a whole thing. Oh, gotta make it look cute for the Instagram. Gotta take pictures for Instagram. I am already sweating. Oh my god. Cook it over the hot. There's a bug on my lens. Get off my lens. No. Get off my lens. God. What you can't see is that just went all down my leg.